Damn it, S, you started typing just as I unmuted you.
Hello everyone, welcome to Real Time Chatting, episode 32.
Whoa,
I'm
alright.
here with Josh,
Hello.
and I am Lots of Us. And today's special guest is MattMatt10111. Hello.
Hello. 10111.
Alright, stealing my intro, that's fine, you know. If I'm the one streaming it, I get to do the intro.
Alright,
I'm
fine,
feeling
finish
some
the intro then.
confliction.
Alright, I'll finish the intro. So yeah, welcome to Real Time Chatting, episode 32. We're obviously streaming during GDQ right now, so thank you for coming along to watch and not watching GDQ. I don't know what run is happening there, but I'm sure it's wonderful because they all are. But yes, thanks for coming along. And yeah, today, we have Matt here to talk about Uncharted 2 specifically, but mostly also the series as well. So yeah, we'll discuss that later on. Yeah. So we start with what we've been up to this week. So I'll start with you, S, because I know you have done something. I'm dying to ask you, what were you doing this week, and how did your 100% run go? Because I fell asleep.
I finished playing Far Cry 3 casually.
Okay.
And it's a terrible game, so I'm never going to play that again.
Good. Continue.
And that's about it, hey, isn't it?
No.
No, I've done a full run of San Andreas 100% yesterday because I've been resetting for way too much. So I was like, okay, I'll just do a full run. And so I did.
And
It was 4 minutes behind my PB, which is atrocious.
damn, okay. I was there when you were like red, and then there was a non-linear bit, and then you weren't red, and then I went to sleep.
Yeah, I was 8 minutes behind. Going into it, like I think that's like 5 hours in, if I'm not mistaken. And then there's a 2-hour segment where everything is just like you don't have splits and anything. And I came out of that 7 minutes ahead, I think. No, like I was tight. I think I was 8 seconds ahead, and then like over the rest of the game, I gained like 7 more minutes.
Okay.
At the end, I was 10 minutes ahead going into my last split practically, but then I lost all those 10 minutes.
What, did you die in the end of the line or something?
No, I derailed my train.
Oh, literally the last thing you do.
Pretty much, yes.
Derail. Okay, the second last thing you do, other than doing the last 1/3 of the last mission. Yeah, you derailed
And
the
the
train.
street racers come after it as well.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
What? So you do the final mission and then you do street races?
No, I do the final mission, and then that final mission gives me the train to do freight with. And then once I'm done with freight, on the way back, I come past the bounty board for the street races.
Oh,
So that's
okay. Right. Okay, that makes sense. So you still finish the run with the final mission. Very, very thematic. Excellent. Yeah, cool. Well, that's a shame then. Can't believe you derailed the train. How did you derail? You just went too fast.
Oh, there was something new that was found, or not. There were different new strats for doing the mission, but I forgot how to do them.
Okay, wonderful. God damn it, that sucks. All right, well, that's what you've been doing this week. Matt, what have you doing the past week?
Crying about losing my Last of Us world record yesterday. That was good. Apart from that, just trying to find a new game to run after shots fired. Obviously now I've got to get my Last of Us world record back, so yeah.
Yeah, there you go. It gives you something to do. That's good.
I think I actually watched that on Shots Fired.
Yeah, I was meant to co-commentate that run.
Oh.
Yeah, it was. I was meant to co-commentate it, and obviously my mic broke right before my last run, so I didn't have a mic to co-commentate it with. So.
Great. And then you just got to sit there and watch it in silence.
I remember you going in chat like, that's not how you do it.
Yeah, He just told me to fuck off at the end of the run after he right as he signed out, and S laughed at it. That was good.
Wonderful. Okay, moving away from that. What I've been doing this week is something too interesting. I also have been looking for a new game to run because GDQ is happening, and this is the time when I hurriedly pick up a game to maybe do at the ESA bonus stream. Last year, I literally relearned the Hearthstone Naxxramas speedrun in ESA, and then I did it in the bonus stream, and went about as well as you could expect, but it was mostly RNG's fault, not mine.
Blaming RNG, the typical.
Yeah, in a card game, there's no RNG in that, right? I mean, I top deck lethal a few times, but it was mostly negative. So yeah, I was looking around. I actually thought of a game I haven't done in ages called Guise of the Wolf, which was like 4 years ago or something. And me and another runner, we like rooted that game. It's like a really crappy indie game that's like broken. But I rooted it, and then I decided to not run it when the developers started DMCAing people on YouTube. So I was like, like, screw that, and I just stopped doing it completely. But a few other people did do it, so I was looking around for like the route because I couldn't remember anything. I found our old notes, and then I found 2 runs. One of them on SRC, which was just any % good ending that used like none of my strats at all, just uses their own. It was kind of similar but very different. And then there was a run on SDA, which right at the top says thanks to the other guy and Joshimus for this route. And I was like, what the hell? Didn't even know about it. So yeah, there's another me stumbling upon myself on the internet again. That's happened several times. Yeah, that was kind of weird. But yeah, then I remembered the game was crap and the speedrun isn't that great, so I decided not to learn it. And now I'm back to square one.
Me, then.
Yeah, you could try it. Yeah, look it up. Look on watch the SDA one because I think that one's better. I'm not sure. There's like there was.
No, go on.
Okay, well, there's like the only thing the SRC run did different was skipped the last boss a bit harder than I used to, and the SDA run did, but that was it. Octodad Deadliest Catch with Emma. Well, I mean, if she's not going to ESA, that wouldn't be a very good bonus stream game, would it? Other than that, I mean, I'm the only one of the 3 of us that's actually been watching SGDQ apparently, so I'll talk about that in a minute. But otherwise, I haven't been doing too much. So yeah, that's it. I guess we'll move on to what the community has been doing this week. And as much as I could see, it was just one thing. It was just SGDQ. There were like some other bits of news, but nothing too relevant. So yeah, GDQ's happening right now. And there were some runs I watched that I thought were noteworthy, but did you two have anything about GDQ you wanted to talk about before I started?
I watched one of the intermission screens where they interviewed someone. It was nice.
Yeah, you said you liked those. I haven't actually watched those. Was it good?
Well, I didn't really watch a lot of it, but it was just in the background and I liked it.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, I mean, you could say I've watched all of GDQ if you say you had it on in the background. So, I mean, yeah. Perfect.
Well,
I only paid attention to a few little things, but nothing much. Never really. I had it on mute most of the time, so.
Other than that, the only thing I watched was the cluster truck vote.
Yeah.
And I was amazed with. Well, last week we talked about this. A, the game didn't crash because of all the people.
Yeah.
And B, I was amazed with how well the runner was able to deal with all the stuff thrown at him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, now all the trucks fire deadly lasers at you, and oh yeah, no big deal. He passes the level anyway. And I was impressed by that run.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was really funny when the devs did that thing where they like take out, like they edit the game in some way and they made it 4 times speed and you just kept dying.
Yeah. They didn't interfere too much, which I liked. It was just, drop in and do some minor things, but not completely just destroy it and make it unplayable. I like that. It was just a good combination of like skilled gameplay by the runner and like Also a good way by the devs of dealing with, this run and not being too intrusive.
Yeah.
But they still made their appearance, which was lovely.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. But yeah, I guess we should recap. So last week we were highlighting some stuff we were going to watch at GDQ, and the Cluster Truck was one thing we pointed out because it had a donation incentive for turning on the Twitch chat integration, which lets Twitch chat like change the game a little bit by voting on stuff. And we were both wondering if the game was going to crash when they turned it on. But I don't know that he set the stream to the GDQ one because it didn't look like there were millions of people voting.
I don't know how it works.
You have to
Maybe it just because it shows like these blocks right in the top left.
Yeah,
top right corner.
Each block is a person.
Guessing like. Yeah, I'm guessing that if there's too many people, each block just becomes 10 people or something like that. That's what I assume anyway, or maybe it just. Then again, some of them were empty, but.
Yeah, Trollbear says it was on the GDQ one, but the game couldn't keep up. Yeah, maybe it just wasn't registering a lot of the votes. I don't know, but it didn't seem to. It was either set to the runner's chat, as if he didn't change it because you need to choose your own account and stuff in the settings. It was either that or it just didn't run it very well. But I mean, it didn't crash, and as S said, he dealt with all the crap that was thrown at him, including the stuff by the devs, really well.
Yeah,
it was cool. It was a shame the entire thing was in 4x3 on a 16:9 layout. So, never mind, can't complain. And we've got Matt here in the middle of 4x3 and 16:9 box. So I can't talk.
You could have just stretched it out, made the picture bigger so it fitted.
That's worse than having black bars, though.
just to zoom in and cut off the top or like part of his head.
Okay, I'll do that now, I guess. It's like, oh god, it's like bleeding under the. Oh, that works.
Very good.
Perfect. Okay, why didn't I think of that? Good job, S. There, see, literally
It was
better
me who
production.
said that. It was
Okay,
me who said
sorry.
these noises.
Look at this production value, perfect. Alright, okay, well I guess I can talk about the other few runs I watched. To be fair, I didn't watch too many either. Well, I mean, I watched a few, but I did what Matt did and didn't really concentrate that much. But yeah,
I'm known for doing that though, with any stream I watch. So.
Alright. Yeah, I watched Guacamele. I probably aren't pronouncing that correctly. The Mexican game, I don't know how to say that name. Guacamele. It was like a brawly game. That was kind of interesting. The commentary was good and it was pretty glitchy, so it was pretty fun to watch. And then there was The Wheel of Time. Like, these are both two games I would have never watched, right?
That's one I want to watch, is Wheels of Time.
Yeah, it was like the two games that I know nothing about. So it's just, I leave it on the background. If the runner doesn't grab my attention in the first, minute, I just mute it and forget about it. But these two guys did. So The Wheel of Time was a first-person shooter, but without guns, and instead it had magic, which was pretty interesting. So they used lots of magic spells and stuff they were using to jump over things and skip stuff and whatnot, and it was pretty cool to watch, and the commentary was good. Yeah, I Am Bread. That is one on my list that I want to watch. I've been watching most of these in a VOD because they're all on while I'm asleep or streaming myself. Oh yeah, S, you wanted to watch the Banjo-Kazooie run, right? And it was.
I mean, yeah, I would have watched that if I had known it was on, but I was doing 100% run of San Andreas, which takes 14 hours, and Banjo-Kazooie was smack in the middle of it.
Yeah.
So that didn't work out.
That was really unfortunate. But yeah, you'll have to watch it back. But yeah, the game I was most impressed with that I saw was Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, which is.
I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's supposed to be like an emotional, story-driven, slow-paced sort of game with two brothers rescuing their dad. Yeah, exactly. It was broken as all hell, and then right at the end, all the glitches. I'm gonna completely spoil this. If you want to watch the run and don't want to get spoiled about the story, kind of about it that impacts the gameplay, mute me for until the timer is not on the screen. There you go. So yeah, right at the end, there's like the whole gameplay is that you're playing two characters at once with the controller, right? And most of the glitches involve you like grabbing one object with both brothers in it. Like you do a glitch when you put them into a wall and they fly up into the air and stuff. So they're like skipping loads of crap with that. But then at the end of the game, the bigger brother dies, and then you lose half the controls because you only have one character after that, and then you lose the ability to do all the glitches and stuff. And then chat was like going crazy with Bible thumps because most people haven't seen the game, right? And you can't skip cutscenes, so it was like really emotional stuff. And I played that game, and it was really good and really emotional. And then right at the end, the guy he did what I really like in marathon runs, where the runner doesn't give a crap about the time and spends 10 seconds standing still to explain something before they do it, if they haven't explained it quickly enough. So at the end, he was like explaining, because the little brother that you're controlling is like scared of water or whatever. So the very last thing you have to do is swim across the lake to get to your house. And the entire rest of the game, the little brother couldn't swim, but this time he had to. And the way you do it is you walk into the water with one half the controller, and then you use the dead brother's action button, and you hold that down, and you hear like your dead brother like talk in your memory or whatever, and it makes him swim. And it's like that really good game design thing where it's like, you know, it's like a puzzle. How do I solve it? And then you figure it out. But yeah, he took the time to explain it, and it was like, you know, more emotional than it would have been if he didn't. But yeah, I guess I'll take this.
Really cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was a really good speed run. Unfortunately, the speed run kind of ruins the game, so you can't play it casually after that. But I mean, speed run's fine. The game's been out for ages. If you haven't played it yet, you ain't playing it now. So.
Well, I mean, I didn't have a choice to get it ruined because I'm on here.
I gave you a choice. You could mute until the timer.
I could have muted it. Yeah, I could have. That's a good point. I probably would have never played it anyway. So. Yeah,
exactly. That's why the speed run was good. That's why I really liked how the runner tried to explain the story because he knew it was going to actually impactful and people haven't seen it before. So yeah, that was really cool. Not in a speedrun sense, just in a showman kind of sense. That's what marathons are supposed to be about, right? The name of the game, yeah, Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. Yeah, you got it. Yeah. Yeah, that's all I have notes for the GDQ. I mean, all of the good runs are on while Europe was asleep, so I kind of missed most of it.
Is that game on PC or is it just a console game?
No, it's on PC, yeah.
Oh, right, okay. I thought it was console exclusive for some reason.
I think you need a controller to play it though, don't you?
You need a controller to play it, yeah. It's the whole control scheme is like, you know, one half of the controller is one brother. It wouldn't work on... I don't even know how it would work on keyboard.
One, you can use a keyboard for one and the mouse for the other.
I guess you like if it's like
WASD,
WASD and then the arrow keys or something. It's like yeah. I don't know how WASD would work for a game like that, but I'm not familiar with the game.
But
so.
yeah, then you have an action button, and you can use space for that. But then what would you do for the arrow keys? And it's kind of weird.
That's 0.
I guess
the control or something.
What if you don't have a numpad? I don't know. Anyway, just play it on a controller if you're going to play it. Is the answer. But yeah, so that's our terrible GDQ rundown of the event so far.
There was like one run and that was it. Basically cluster truck and Brothers Attack.
Yeah, I didn't really have anything else of note. They had some issue at the start of the event where their timer was running slower than it should. Yeah, it was
faster.
Yeah, I was watching the start of it, and every runner was like, "Huh, that was a really good run." And there were some people thought they got world record and stuff. But
I saw about that.
Yeah, it turned out the timer was running 2 seconds slower every 2 minutes, or 1 second every 1 minute. So over 10 minutes, you were saving 10 seconds, right? And that's pretty significant, because if it was 2 hours, you save like I don't know 120 seconds. Yeah, you know what I'm getting at.
It's 2 minutes.
Yeah, 2 minutes. It would make a big difference. So yeah, that was kind of weird, but thankfully they fixed it. The live split dev said it was they weren't syncing the clock like online or something, and their clock was drifting. I don't know how it works.
Just use live split.
I don't know. They used something they made customly, and
yeah, probably is way easier to control it and stuff. The
Yeah.
thing we used for GTA Marathon was really interesting. It wasn't just live split. As my cat starts going ballistic every damn time. She's fine. She's deaf. I promise you, she's not in pain or anything. She just makes weird noises. Okay. So that was SGDQ. Still happening, obviously. We'll talk about it next week, and hopefully one of us will watch more runs so we can talk about stuff. But yeah, that moves us on to speedrun recap for this week. You'd think there wouldn't be too many records, but they are actually. So we managed to find a lot of stuff. First up is Portal Out of Bounds in 2 minutes 28 seconds. And you didn't leave any notes for this, but I found out stuff.
Wait, 2 minutes?
7 minutes.
Oh, I thought you said 2. I was going to say.
That'd be pretty fast. Yeah, so they found a new strat in this game in the first room, as we're probably watching now. You can get out of bounds with the radio or something like that. And it saved a lot of time, I guess.
Yeah, it saves like 15 seconds.
Yeah, like, I have absolutely no idea how it worked. I tried reading an explanation, but I didn't get it. You're like...
I do. It's...
Okay.
I think, I'm not sure if this is new or not, but if you are at the very edge of a portal's hitbox and then save and load, you get in the glitchy state that portal speedruns are known for, right? And I can't explain that because it's just black magic. But by doing that, you can move through certain walls and or floors and or objects. And he then uses the radio that is there and he forces that into another object, and that causes the radio to be packed with a lot of force so that when you touch the radio, it sends you flying. So they basically skip the first elevator ride or so with it, and saves a bunch of time, like a significant amount of time for a run that is already under 10 minutes long.
Yeah, and obviously it being the out of bounds category, it's like the most broken category. So we're not in the completely broken stages yet on the video because they only have one half the portal gun. But yeah, it gets really ridiculous later on.
It was a new thing found for the part where you don't even have a portal gun.
Yeah.
That's the insane part about it. It's the part where you don't even have anything to go with, pretty much.
Yeah, they completely break the game like before they have any controls at all. They can just move and they're in a tiny box and they have a radio. That's it. Yeah, this is crazy new strat found in Portal, which is pretty awesome. I forgot to mention the runner's name. Yeah, it was Mushi. Masushi. Okay, thank you. And I expect that run to be broken a lot over the next coming days once people get that trick down more and stuff.
Yes,
it's probably bad that I don't know much about Portal. I don't even think I've ever watched a full run.
Really?
Watching a full run will help you understand.
No, even if you watch a glitchless run, you'd probably be pretty confused. Alright,
Yeah.
So the next run you should know a lot about, Matt, is The Last of Us New Game Plus any % in 2 hours, 35 minutes, 53 seconds by Catalyst Speedruns. At least that's their YouTube name.
Isn't it 57?
Sorry, 57, yeah.
Yeah.
Go on,
Right,
tell me about this run.
This run is basically a lot of fighting sections, just doing it optimally. There's a lot of people in the chat that like memes saying, "Oh, you can't speedrun a movie," but like this is far from a movie compared to some game. So this is my good friend Catalyst who beat my time last night. Actually, was it last night? Yeah, last night. By like a minute. And yeah, there's a few skips in the run, big skips. Saves about 16, 17 minutes over glitchless. And yeah, it's a well-deserved run. He worked really hard to beat my time, and I'm quite surprised he hadn't done it sooner, because he actually had a run right at the end where he was literally about 10 seconds away from getting to the end, and there's a checkpoint restart you do, to skip a cutscene, and he checkpoint restarted too early, and it sent him back. He lost like 30 seconds, and that lost him the record then. But yeah, it's well-deserved run. It's really good.
How long has he been running this game for?
About a month. But he's a good speedrunner in general. I wasn't expecting him to not get it. Yeah, he showed me up in quite a few other games as well. It seems like it's become a tradition of his to ruin my games.
How long have you been running this game for?
2 years, but
Okay.
yeah, but like my run before a few months ago was like 2:39, so it's changed a lot over recently. So yeah, and also I lost 2.5 minutes in my run. So
You sound like me defending the fact that I didn't get San Andreas record because I lost 4.5 minutes.
well, I got soft locked right at the end of the run and lost a minute.
All right,
so...
that's pretty bad. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I have heard this game as like a movie, but I imagine it's, do you skip cutscenes?
The speedrun is very RNG because the AI in this game, sometimes there's a lot of sections where they'll behave the way you want them to, but there's some sections where they'll just do complete randomness, and it's a lot of fighting against the game's bullshit.
Right.
And trying to not let it screw it. There's one character called Bill who is a great guy, but he ruins every run.
Fair enough. Okay.
Sometimes that happens, you've been speedrunning a game for 2 years and then someone comes along and he just beats it within 4 weeks. Right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's like he basically just came on the scene and just blew through Mirror's Edge in like a few months and got like a low 30, like a low 31. So that's insane considering how little he'd played the game for that long. So, yeah.
Cool. All right. There you go. Moving on, we have Alan Wake in 2 hours, 36 minutes, and 24 seconds by none other than T. Duva, who is a lovely fellow.
Yes, he also made Chatty Client, and go check out chattyclient.something.
Yes.
For a perfect... okay, sponsors.
Yeah, I am literally using it right now to manage chat, yes. And he also helped with GTA speedruns. If you want to know how to slide in San Andreas, he has the best tutorial.
Yeah, he is a very helpful dude, and he's nice. But he's done a run, and I think we covered this maybe last episode or the episode before that.
Yes.
That someone beat Duva's many years old time for Alan Wake, found some new skips, but in response to that, Duva has taken his record back and he left us a few notes.
Excellent.
So Duva, being Duva, he criticized himself and he says, "I almost didn't continue this run because I lost some time due to going to the toilet, which I thought was quite silly, so I just continued for practice." But then he got world record anyway.
Yes.
He still beat his years-old PB by exactly 8 minutes due to less mistakes, new strats found over time, and of course new skips recently found by Mr. Monkey, the guy who beat him a few weeks earlier. And a funny part is also that this beats the old segmented run that he made, which was 2 minutes and 36 2 hours, 36 minutes and 7 seconds, but that was timed without loadings.
Damn.
So he beat that, apparently. So here's a timestamp for you. 1 hour and 5 minutes.
1 hour and 5 minutes. Oh, I was almost there. Damn it. Okay, we're going back
So
a little bit.
what's the tech in this game? Does anyone know? What's the main thing you use?
I think he's going to explain that now. Also, the video isn't actually on stream. I'm not sure if
Oh my god, I've been watching it this whole time. Oh, this is good, yeah. Alright, go on, my bad.
Compared to Mr. Monkey's former world record, there are only a few new strats in this run. Mainly the puzzle skip in episode 3, which we are watching right now. You're supposed to make your way up the mine shaft by climbing the ladders and using the crane as a bridge. Oh, that's that.
That's that.
However, if you start sprinting backwards and then press use at the correct time during the animation, Alan presses the button without actually walking up to it. which allows you to control the crane while being on it. So that's what you saw just there.
Perfect.
Nice time. It does require some exact timing, so it can take a few tries to get it. So some precision tricks in this game. That's nice. This wasn't a perfect run by far. I died a few times, failed some easy strats, so improvements either by Mr. Monkey or me or someone else are likely. I've played through this game.
Right.
It didn't seem like a game that will be broken to me, but you know, the broken games are always the one that's broken in the most surprising ways.
Yeah.
I don't know. He didn't leave any other comments on other tech in this run. I wouldn't be able to name one, but I think most of it still comes down to like playing well.
Yeah, it's like a, you know.
But that's of course like we've just seen. There's few tricks like that in there.
Yeah, and if you want to play this game, I think you're too late because it got taken off Steam, right?
Oh.
That's why we covered it a few weeks ago. That's why people started running it because it was about to be taken off Steam because of music licenses. So then you had to buy it quick. But I think we're a bit late now, unfortunately.
But to do if I also says something, it's not really related to this run, but kind of is. But it's interesting. You would like to mention that it's nice to have new people come in to do runs or even find new strats. It's difficult to find everything on your own, especially if you've known the run for years. So it often helps if people have a go at it with a fresh perspective. And I just thought that was so true that I wanted to read that out loud. And he says, even though I sometimes have to wonder how I didn't notice some of the new finds myself, and then there's a big frowny face. Yeah, he's true. Like it's like all it takes sometimes for a game to, you know, be more broken is for someone else to pick it up and look at it from a fresh mind. So that's nice that happened to this game.
Yeah, that is nice. The train in San Andreas comes to mind. Where a load of very skilled speedrunners and code people didn't figure out that you could just teleport on the train that you're chasing. Yeah, I mean, it is nice when people come in and run you the game. If you just have more people looking for things, you'll look at the game differently and you'll find new stuff. And then you can also build on the stuff other people find as well, which is the best bit. And you sort of like work together, sort of thing. Yeah, so that's good. That's good. Good. Alan Wake's getting some playing again. I was about to say I would like to play this game at some point, but like I said earlier, I might have to do naughty things in order to do it. Maybe get a retail copy actually.
Maybe they'll find a way to re-release it in somewhere.
Yeah,
like
maybe.
a couple of years down the line.
Probably remastered edition or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, so next up is SSX3. I hate the names of these games. All Peak Race. No. NMG. What does that mean? I didn't read No major glitches. There we go. Thank you. In 16 minutes and 52 seconds by their name on YouTube is weird. What did I say in the notes? Okay, thank you. Do either of us know anything about this?
Never seen it before.
Okay.
I think I've seen this because you can play it in The Sims. Like your Sims can play it on the TV.
Right, okay. So you don't... Matt doesn't know about it. S knows about it from a tiny television in The Sims. And I know about it from some very vague childhood memories. So I guess I'll talk about it. It's a snowboarding game where you... It's kind of like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. It came out in that sort of craze era. But obviously you're a snowboarder and you're going down a mountain. And it's very fast and it looks interesting. And I wonder why it's no major glitches. What would be a major glitch? I wonder in this game.
Don't know, but I can give you some minor glitches or tricks.
Yes, go on. Oh yeah, read the notes, of course.
Yeah, because we've gotten some notes. This is the primary speedrun category. You go from the top of the mountain to the bottom without a single loading screen as fast as possible. The run uses in-game time as timer. Alright, highlights 4 minutes and 22 seconds.
Okay, 4 minutes and 22 seconds. That'll do.
There's a forest skip and a hairpin turn skip, which are precise and important. So there's.
I think that's what just happened.
It's just hard to tell. Like, it says forest skip and hairpin turn skip, right? So you're like, oh, I'll just look out for the hairpin and the forests. But then you realize, oh, those other things being skipped, so you won't see them. so if you've not played this game, it might be difficult to see when the skip happens.
Yeah, I mean, here there's like a hairpin and some trees in front of him, and he doesn't go around it. So I am assuming this right here is it. But that's pretty cool. You're like jumping over a wall and going out of bounds, sort of.
How
And
is
then
that not a major glitch?
Well, you only jump
And then
over.
What's the any % time?
Let's have a look. I shall find out.
And then I'll just read some other skips. There's a section with many insanely tight rail timings and jumps. So it seems to be just a very timing and execution heavy Blue Station skip, which is a skip only attempted by top level players. Very difficult and impressive. That's at 1448. Just read this. The Metro City, the final track, very nervy and technical track. It has 3 phone booths, in-game warps, and the random spawns. Nice. You got some good RNG. Quite difficult. Okay, and then there's another trick. Quite difficult to get to and easy to miss, especially while under pressure. You need to keep your nerves ice cool. So I guess that's something that requires a lot of focus, and if you get nervous because it's fairly late on in the run and you're like, oh my god, I'm going to PB, right, and your hands are shaking, but apparently that isn't very useful in these games.
Excellent. Okay, I managed to find the rules. There is no major glitch category that I can find, but there is a list of them. So you're not allowed to do early exit. This is when the runner leaves the intended course path for that race and finishes in another track other than Metro City. Wormholes. This glitch is when a runner goes out of bounds and falls extensively through the map to end up significantly down a track. And lodge glitch. This is a glitch where you enter the lodge in a peak race to reset the in-game timer. They sound pretty big, especially if they use in-game time, then resetting the in-game timer sounds like a problem. So that makes sense.
It
Also,
sounds like that first glitch basically skips the entire game. That's what it sounded like to me anyway.
yeah. Also, speedrun.com is going really slowly at the moment. I can't imagine why. So yeah, it might take some time to. That took a really long time to get that rule list load. But yeah, that's cool. I haven't actually seen a speedrun of these games before, but it does look very speedy, I guess. Probably if you're a fan of these games, it's probably awesome to like see all the skips and stuff. But,
I recommend Airblade.
Airblade, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dak left us a lot of timestamps and stuff, but I guess we have to move on. But thanks for timestamps, and if you beat it again, please let us know.
There is a lot of timestamps, yeah. Sorry, I should have done all that before I moved on. My bad. Yeah, we should have shut up speculating and should have just done all that. Never mind. Right, okay. Are you two ready for the next bit?
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. This
Oh, that.
Yeah. Okay. This next bit is right. Okay. So how the hell am I gonna do this? Okay. Right. Brace yourselves.
Oh my goodness, Josh, are you okay? It looks like you just saw Bigfoot.
No, even better, S. I just saw sub 40 PewDiePie Legend of the Brofist by Rydog. Also, that was really loud.
No way, my!
You are gosh damn right, and it looks like he left us a great comment explaining the whole run and how he did it with terrible grammar. Yeah, this is play the video. Bad gateway. Speedrun.com's down. I can't
show the bad gateway. So the comment says With the skips in this run, they were all done flawlessly, with the Mian ride working perfectly on mine's entrance. Deep in the mines, 3 tops, Savannah Chase, and of course on the moon. This run was deathless, where I cleaned up my UFO computer splits and got a gold. There, sadly, I was slow on General Barrel boss fights, and also the final showdown where I was too speedy for the boss. Once I clean those up, sub 3930 is going to happen if I finally stop getting screwed on the first split and Yeti's Mountain.
Good. You could have... That lightning video went on a lot longer than I thought, and there was one really loud one at the end that made me actually jump. But yeah, there's PewDiePie, obviously, scroller, platformer game. Rydog wanted to be on the show this week, but we actually have a load of guests lined up, so he couldn't be. But yeah, we'll have to have him on at some point, obviously. But yeah, it's cool.
I mean, this does look like a legit speed game.
Yeah. I mean, memes aside, it is actually a speed run, and getting it below a arbitrary goal is always good. So well done, Rydog. I look forward to seeing this run at ESA.
Keep up the good work.
Yes. Okay, SRC is lagging so bad that it took a long time for the tab to close when I tried to close it. Okay, alright, come on, SRC, you can do it. Right, the next run is Battletoads. Now we're into the bits where we don't have notes, so we're going to have to wing it. But this is Battletoads in some time, I forgot to read it, by the Mexican runner.
45.
Okay, good. And yeah, Mexican runner is a guy we've had on the show before. Really cool guy. When he played through every single NES game ever, which was amazing.
Has he finished that?
Yeah, he finished it. We had him on. We had him on as he finished it. It was really, really cool.
A couple months ago now.
Yeah. But yeah, obviously
Which isn't that long, considering it was like a 3-year project.
I mean, I saw he was on the podcast, but I didn't know he'd. I didn't watch that one, but I didn't know he'd finished the NES things. That's cool.
Yeah, that's when he finished it. He's still uploading those videos, so yeah. I guess he's not completely done with it yet. He's still doing all the meta work.
Yeah. But yeah, he's obviously a speedrunner at heart, and this is Battletoads, one of the games he runs on the NES. And yeah, he got world record in it, which is pretty impressive because this game is probably super optimized. I'm just going to check and confirm. Okay, speedrun.com is going to load for 5 minutes and then we'll confirm. But yeah, have either of you two played Battletoads?
No.
Okay, I played it a little bit when I had a working NES for a short time before it blew up. And yeah, it's one of the best games on the NES, especially multiplayer. It's like it's a platformer beat 'em up kind of game, but it's like super hard. And if you play multiplayer, the game just gets harder because you just end up hitting each other, which is amazing. And yeah, I can't imagine speedrunning it would be any easier. I know there's lots of crazy skips and glitches in this. It's a shame we don't know anything about any of them. We're just watching this auto-scroller instead. Let me try and find something else. But yeah, this game is rock hard, and if anyone's played it, they'll know it's like ridiculous, and the glitches are really cool. I think there's like several GDQ runs of this game, so they would probably also be relevant currently, and also very good to watch to learn about it. But yeah, Mexican runner got world record in Battletoads by 2 seconds. There you go. Oh hey. After almost 3 years of losing it, finally got it back. Smiley face. There you go. It's good job, speedrun.com. You loaded. All right. So that's that. And last, but certainly not least, the original. Not the best, but one of the best.
Not the best. Starting conflict now.
This is Super Mario Bros. The original, the one that started it all on NES. And this is Andrew G with a load of numbers who beat the warpless time. So this is basically no major skips. There's you can teleport to the end of the game, but they don't do that in this category. So he does the whole game, and he got recorded it. I know literally nothing about it. I know, like, a few months ago there were some skips found, which is crazy for this kind of game. Well,
Yeah, for the flagpole, I think.
yeah, it wasn't found, it was made RTA viable. So I imagine this run uses more of those, since
Yeah, I'm
it's
guessing
longer.
that as well, that they just implemented more of them. And
Yeah.
he just nailed them.
Yeah, he's been doing this run for a really long time, I know that much. As soon as all the any percent hype died down, he just went straight to doing Warpless. And that was a good few months ago, so I guess he finally got a run with everything he needed in it. And yeah, he got world record, which is incredible for a game this optimized.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he is wearing a very interesting hat. That's a good point.
These games take a lot of patience to do.
Okay, PowerNet is correcting us, as he often does. This category is not optimized enough to incorporate flagpole glitches extensively.
Yeah, I was
Lol.
thinking that.
Okay.
No warps, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, he was still doing this run for a really long time, so yeah, it's amazing, like, beating anything like this that comes down to frames, right? They don't even use the live split timer, they just frame time it. Like, at the end, he doesn't even stop his splits, because there's, like, no point, because it won't be accurate enough. Here, I'll show you the end, so we can see the reaction. See, his heart must be pumping now, because he probably never get this far. And then you have that one final bit of Bowser RNG that you have to deal with. And yeah, obviously, yeah, Andrew G is extremely famous. The classic OG Mario speedrunner. Still at it. Here we go. Straight over. And yeah, he got it. Nice. So yeah, that's that. That's all the records we could find for this week. Obviously GDQ is happening, so I was actually surprised there were as many as there were. But yeah, awesome.
People still got a speed run.
Yeah, I mean, not everyone goes to the event, I guess, so people are still doing things, which is good. It's all the speedrun hype at the moment. Alright, so that was what the speedrun community has been up to this week. Now we shall move on to the second half of the show, which is In the Spotlight. So today we have MattMatt10111 here to talk about Uncharted 2. So yeah, we have a playlist of videos, but if I just play your PB for a minute while you explain the game generally, and
This
then
is
we'll
Isaac.
move on
Okay.
to other stuff. Also, that was really goddamn loud. Alright, go ahead.
Right, so Uncharted 2 is a game developed by Naughty Dog, obviously. And in theory, when you think about a game like this, even though there is a lot of stuff that you can do, you wouldn't think it'd be that broken. But they are. All of them are very broken. So this run is... There's a lot of tricks that you can do, and some of them that you don't do in the run. Obviously, there's a few sections where you're fighting people and stuff like that, but there's a lot of glitches. A lot of them. Now, first thing I have to point out is I'm not the best runner of this game. I just know the most because of the glitches and stuff. So my PB is really bad. But yes, that's basic overview of Uncharted 2. There's a lot of stuff to talk about, a lot of skips and stuff, so yeah.
Alright, we'll move straight on into it then. So, you gave us a big playlist of videos.
Yeah.
Can I just press play all and we'll be okay? Or do you want
Probably
to...
not.
No? Alright.
Because I'll probably... The video clips are quite short, so you'll probably be done in like 10 minutes.
Okay, alright. So
Yeah.
which one do you want me to start with?
The one at the top of the playlist.
Okay.
It should be, I forgot what it's called now. Elevator launch or something.
Elevator airwalk?
Yeah, that's it.
Alright,
So,
okay.
I'm basically going to be covering the PS4 version. And this is when the PS4 version first came out. And this is my friend Greg, also known as Thrill UK, who was trying to find some new stuff. And he found this. So this is the book launch. And what you do is you use the journal, which is a mechanic in this game, which uses you to solve puzzles. Now, the journal in this game is very broken, which you'll soon find out. But you can use it to... If you use it at a certain point when you're on a ledge and you stagger, you can use it to launch yourself up in the air. Because the way it works is he can't pull out the journal until he puts the gun away that he's holding. So when you have the journal out, you don't have any... You can't fall. You can also use this to walk off of ledges too. a little bit to get a bit of distance. But right here we used it to go upwards. And I thought I should cover this first because I want you to understand the glitches before I show you the skips, because I don't want you to be confused.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so that's one of the main tricks that'll be used in the run.
A book of all
does he
things.
gain the height?
What happens is, because when you take out the journal, when you have a gun out, you keep moving until you put the gun away. So you can walk off of ledges to get distance while walking in the air. But when you're on a ledge, the staggering animation to him to keep on the ledge kind of pulls him up. So when you open the journal that way, it sends him up instead of forward. And if you do it on a perfect frame, you can actually get shot right up into the air, which is pretty. This one is pretty high. A lot of the ones that you use in runs aren't this high, but this is the first time it was ever done. So,
wow.
Yeah, it's used extensively throughout the run.
Yeah,
but that's not the most broken thing.
Okay, what is the most broken thing? Can I show that?
Yeah, go to the next video. So
next video, okay.
This game, like I said, the journal is very broken, and you use the same mechanic to soft lock the journal. So you remember when I said you can walk off of a ledge and he'll put the gun away, and then that'll stop him? If you press journal in the middle of switching weapons, you just soft lock and you'll keep hair walking. But that's not very useful. But you can actually pull out a grenade right before that happens, and you can use the grenade to blow Nate up to gain control of him again. Now this with the grenade blew this game wide open when the PS4 version came out, because the PS4 version had nothing in terms of really big useful stuff, because the PS3 version had a similar airwalk. Also, yeah, you can soft lock it to go up as well. So I'm kind of just covering the basis of what's going to be used through the run so you understand. So these are the airwalks, and yeah, that's the main trick that's used throughout the run, mostly. There's a few other things too, so I guess we'll move on to the next thing.
Okay, consistent Flynn clip setup.
Oh yeah, so in this game you can use AI to trick the game into letting you take cover behind a door. That's one of the spots it's used in a run. So basically what you do is you line it up so you can roll into him without him moving out the way, and then you just spam circle to take cover. And what happens is, because he's in the way, the game thinks he's the wall or something like that, and then it puts you on the cover on the other side of the door. Now this saves about 15 seconds, but it skips a section and you get outside fighting guards, so that saves another 5 seconds too. It's only a small skip, but it's another glitch used in the run.
Okay, cool. And the next video, tomb skip.
The tomb skip. The tomb skip.
Yeah.
So this is the first point where the grenade airwalk is incorporated into the run. So, like I say, with the grenade, you can use it to regain control. When the airwalk was first found, there was like one skip used where you hit a checkpoint, which we'll see later on. But obviously, you use this tree to push you down, and then you can throw the grenade, and that lets you regain control. So that skips going into like a tomb and doing a puzzle or something like that, and then you do a lot of exposition and crap. But you can it saves like about 2-3 minutes, I think, doing that. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff, but it's not like it's mostly the same stuff being used over and over again, but in different contexts. That's why I wanted to focus on this more than the other games, because those games, I knew I couldn't just talk about just this. But it's a very broken game. So I guess we'll move on to the next skip. This skip is insane.
Okay, alright. Chapter 5-7 skip. So
this is one of the biggest skips in the run. It's not the biggest, but it saves about 6 minutes, and it's probably the hardest used in RTA. So this involves doing another airwalk, but you're airwalking a really far distance to try to get into a specific area. And if you trigger an airwalk up against collision, you can get a really big speed boost, which forces you so now he's airwalking to the left. So when you push yourself up against the wall, if you do it to a point where you time it the smallest amount, you'll just go flying super fast. But obviously that's not good for runs. So yeah, basically just airwalk a lot here until you get into the area you want to be in.
Still going. Okay, how was this found?
Well, actually, the way this airwalk's done was not the original way. I found a way to do a normal airwalk into a different building, but then the master in chat, Hey French, found this way to do it. Hey French is going to come up a lot in this because he finds the most retarded shit like this. So this skip is insane. This kills so many runs because everyone uses the RTA, and it's like, oh, you play for 25 minutes, get to this skip, and then fail it twice, and then it's like, oh, just reset now.
Yeah,
that's usually the way it goes.
I can imagine if your angle is just a tiny bit
it's
wrong
not
at
even
the start.
the angle
is
as
it?
well. You have to lose height, but not enough that you're under the ground, but not enough that you are too high, or you'll go over the wall. So you have to lose height, have a good angle, and not go too fast that you'll just go past the area.
Fantastic. Okay.
There.
Jesus. All right. Next.
Oh, this is a great one. So this is the train skip. You might want to forward to. Hold on, I did link it with a timestamp, but it doesn't work in playlists. Let me find it. Go to 156.
Right. Yep.
Okay. So what he's going to be doing is he's going to be shuffling to clip off the train. So in this game you can shuffle left and right. It's a big known thing in Uncharted that you can do. And what happens is, since this is an auto-scroller, the game just you'll see. I'll let you watch it first.
Oh.
So as you can see, you stay floating in the middle of the track when the train keeps on going. Also, for anyone who has motion sickness, look away. So what happens is the camera and it's following the train, and the train is on a loop and it comes back, and the end of the chapter is on the front of the train. So you wait for the train to come back around, and then you hit a cutscene at the front of the train. So you basically just sit here for 5 minutes watching this camera, and it skips 2 chapters. Forward to, 'cause it takes a while. Forward to, it's like 5:36. 5:36.
5:36. Oh.
Yeah. So
okay.
now the train's gonna be coming back to him soon. Watch when he aims. Let's see if he does it, and you'll see the camera. It's insane. I don't know if he's gonna do it now, but yeah, the camera goes. It goes crazy.
Okay, I think I see it. So here.
Yeah. Look. Yeah. It just doesn't know what to do because it's trying to go back to Nate at the same time, but it also is scripted to stay on the train, so it just keeps flying around like this. The skip's infamous for that. But yeah, so you wait for the train to come back. What happens is there's a cutscene at a certain point. You have to hit a checkpoint on the train, and then after that certain point, it'll give you the cutscene. So I don't know if there is like an in-game cutscene that sometimes plays, but I don't know if it happens in this video. So we're just showing here that the checkpoint is at 5 minutes ago. He's just showing that you do get a checkpoint. This
so
video
eventually it's going to say like checkpoint 10 seconds ago or something.
It'll say less than 1 minute ago if if it updates. The checkpoint is on this tank, I think. There.
Oh, okay.
And now what he does is he lets go and waits for the cutscene to start, and that skips chapter 13 and 14, and it saves about 7 to 8 minutes. So overall, sitting there for 5 minutes doing nothing, it saves about 3.
How the hell do you skip 2 chapters on a train?
Because the first chapter 13 gets to half of the train, then 14 is from the middle of the train to the end of the train. So you basically just wait for it to come on a loop, and then you hit the cutscene at the end.
Jeez. Man, this game is gone.
Now we've probably got the most insane skip of the run, which isn't used RTA yet, and it's called Chapter 17 skip. So do you use the collision in the wall to send you flying at stupid speeds, and you want to try to get the area to load at a later point in the level so you can get inside of it. So the way this game works is some of the collision acts weird with Nate, and you can use it there to send you super fast across the map, and he basically uses it to and that's another Hey French one as well. He found that. Told you, mad guy. So yeah, you use it to get into this. Saves 6 minutes, but nobody has got it in an RTA run yet. It's that hard to do because it takes a while to actually get the launch, but it's even harder to actually get into the area you want to get to. Also, there's the Yeti. He was just on that ledge with the Yeti on it, so that's pretty cool.
Right, okay, let me watch this slower because I missed it. So I'm going to play at half speed. So you're just jamming yourself into some funky collision.
Yeah, it sends you left, right, and then it just completely freaks out and sends you over the rock and into the abyss.
So that you just kind of pause, sit there in photo mode and wait for the level to load behind you.
Well, you could use pause too, but French likes to use photo mode to look around.
Makes sense.
In this game, you can use photo mode as a normal camera to load in areas. So that might be why he's doing it as well. I've never done this skip, not once have I ever even performed it. So
Jesus.
It's that hard to do.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. Okay, right, next is chapter 18. Massive in all caps. Skip.
If you read the description of this video, it says like MattMatt exposed, because I told Greg there's no way he was going to get this to work because I tried hitting a checkpoint and there wasn't one there. But obviously he got it to work and showed me up. But basically right there, you might want to go back and watch that in slow motion because that's the hard part.
Right, okay, I got it.
So what you do is you do a new way of clipping where you can clip backwards while in cover by moving left and right. What that does is it like pushes him back a little bit. As you'll see when I take cover, when I look down and I move left, you'll see Nate go backwards a bit. Yeah, like that. And then he uses that he basically gets out of cover and he has to jump on like a frame of collision. And it's extreme. Not even Hey French can do this one. And he can do that launch. So that's extremely hard to do. And then you have to jump onto a rock down here. And then jump onto the roof of the area below. So you jump on this rock so you don't die. And then he'll basically show here that he hasn't got a checkpoint, and then you hit the checkpoint on the in the corner. When you drop down, you can actually hit the checkpoint through the wall. I got on this roof before, and that's why I told him that it never works. I didn't think of a way to hit it, but obviously you can hit it from the side, which I didn't try. So he basically just drops off here and hits the checkpoint through the wall, and that saves about over glitchless gameplay about 6 minutes. It skips the whole of chapter 18.
Flipping hell.
And chapter 18 is known for being a brutal chapter where a lot of runs tend to lose a lot of time because a lot of annoying climbing and stuff like that. So
is that one RTA viable?
Oh yeah, that's done RTA.
Okay.
It's just if you time it right and know the rhythm to it, you kind of get used to it, but it's still pretty difficult to do. Like it might take you 2 or 3 tries to get that roll. That video was showed by jumping, but you can roll instead and grab the ledge. It's a bit more easier than jumping.
Okay. Right, and the next one, semi-big skip.
Yeah, so this is the same chapter, but right at the end. So what you have to do is you'd usually pull a switch, and you have to fight off some Yetis or whatever, and just wait for this thing to come down. But you can actually just do an upward air walk. And hit the trigger at the top of it.
It's every time.
So you basically hit the trigger and then it starts the cutscene. That saves about 1 minute and 20 seconds, I think, if you do it first try.
Jesus.
But getting upward air walks to put you in a certain position or a certain angle is really difficult. So it's a pretty tough one. It's all the air walk going upwards. The buckle launches are all just about rhythm. And angle, and obviously since you play on a controller, you never ever go straight forward any time you try to do it because you're playing on a controller. So sometimes you can be going a little to the left, a little to the right, and that kind of screws up airwalks too.
Yeah, this is everything I wished Red Dead Redemption was. It's like flying is actually useful. Okay.
Well,
Right.
I mean, the being able to obviously use the grenade to regain control is what really made this game a lot faster than it was, because there's a lot of skips you can't do unless you can regain control, which you'll see.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, and next one, Monastery Airwalks.
So this is probably the longest section of the run, and probably one of the hardest to do altogether. So you have to do 3 airwalks, and if I didn't mention this previously, if you try to pull out a grenade for the airwalk and you mess it up, you have to checkpoint restart because he'll pull out the grenade instantly then. Or you can throw the... Oh, yeah, I've discovered that last night. You can throw the grenade, then open another one. But... so you have to do this airwalk to get into the tower. And then you do another airwalk to get over to this bridge. This bridge has no collision because you skipped getting into the tower normally. So you have to airwalk across. Now, we used to airwalk straight along the bridge. But as I said, it's very hard to go in a straight line. And I don't know who found this way. I think it was Hey French. I think it was. It might have been Anthony Calla, but I think it was Hey French, where you. This is always consistent because you hit this wall, and then you'll stop at the side of the bridge when it loads in, and then you can throw the grenade, and then he'll always grab this ledge, and you can just climb up that way. And now is the biggest skip of the run. This airwalk coming up. So this is an airwalk that was first found with the airwalk because it doesn't use the grenade. And what you do is this is just jumping to load in the area. So what you do is you're airwalking to hit a checkpoint, which is the checkpoint radius is huge. And you can hit it from way underneath the area. So you basically get onto this roof, also nice covering. You get onto this roof. And also, this is an example of straight journal. You know when I said you could walk forward and open the journal to stay in the air? That's used there. So you get on this roof, and then you can airwalk into a checkpoint, and it saves about, I think, 10 to 12 minutes, which is, this level is huge, and it's very annoying, and you can skip it all. You just have to airwalk in a straight line and hit a checkpoint. Also, because I had to record this one, and when I hit this last checkpoint, I kind of paused to checkpoint restart to make the skip look cool, but Nate got absolutely flung. It was insane. By the time I'd paused, it already happened, so I just checkpoint restarted. But you'll see. So you photo mode there to when the area deloads. Elena dies. Also, if you don't know who Elena is, it's your somewhat companion through the game. She dies, and then once I expo mode, I get flung, but you hit the checkpoint, and that puts you there.
Great.
That's probably the hardest section of the run in terms of in a segment.
Chapter 25.
This is this is the chapter before the final chapter, but the final chapter is a boss fight.
Right.
So what you do is you're airwalking to skip the whole chapter, and this is one of the skips that could not be done without a grenade. We tried for so long, but you need to be able to regain control. So what you do is you basically airwalk into the final boss area, and then you hit the cutscene, in quotation marks, hit the cutscene that starts the boss. But because you're so far behind, it doesn't actually start the boss. It just starts chapter 26. It's weird. So you'll see when I hit it, I'll get sent to the start of chapter 26. You'll see it'll say chapter 26 when it is the cutscene that actually starts the boss fight. As you can see, it puts me here, and that starts chapter 26. So this is the final chapter with the final boss. And I think there's I put some funny things. There's one thing. Oh, it's not there.
No, it goes to Uncharted 1.
I put the funny thing at the end. Go to using a propane tank to get into the hotel.
Got it, right.
Right, show that. That's pretty funny. This is a good one.
All right, go on in.
I can't really explain this because I've never done it. This isn't my video. This is Hey French again. So what he does is he takes... You can take cover on a propane tank. And what he does is he takes cover on it and then puts on no gravity. And you'll just see. I'll just let you watch.
So this is just for fun, obviously not in the run. Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're taking cover on a dynamic object as it goes flipping crazy.
Yeah. It's insane.
The
and
hell?
This basically actually puts him inside into a later section, and it skips the... Yeah, so he ends up inside the hotel. Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, awesome.
A lot of
Alright.
the funny stuff in this game is not used in a run. There was something that I could have done in Uncharted 1, but it just doesn't work anymore, and I couldn't get a video of it, which is a shame. But yeah, I guess we'll move on to Uncharted 1 if you want to.
Yeah, so I want to ask before we do, did they patch any of this or not?
The thing is, they've released the Nathan Drake collection, which is for the PS4, which has Uncharted 1, 2, and 3.
Mm-hmm.
All the glitches that worked or that were patched on PS3 are already patched on PS4. And that includes the grenade airwalk, not the one you're seeing, but you used to be able to hold a grenade and mash D-pad up to airwalk wherever you wanted to. You could move where you wanted to go, but they patched that, so you can't do that. But then obviously I found that airwalk and it just went from there. But none of the stuff is patched on PS4 apart from something in Uncharted 3, which I don't have a video of anything that can show it. But what they did was, in Uncharted 3, you could, on the original patch for the PS4, the 1.0, you could jump back in bounds through collision by climbing onto objects. And for some reason, on the next patch, that was removed. I think it was a bug on their part that stayed in. And there was a skip that I found when my game wasn't patched, that after I patched the game, I could not figure out for the life of me how I did it for so long. It was probably nearly a year until I realized I needed to unpatch the game. And that made it work again, so that was nice. But yeah, I guess we'll move on to Uncharted 1. So
Yep.
Uncharted 1 is the most broken. And you'll see right here. So this is the main thing used on Uncharted 1. This is why I didn't show it, because this is all you'd be doing, is just clipping through walls like this. So in Uncharted 1, you can spam aim, and what that does is that forces Nate a little bit to the left every time, and you can just use it to clip through any wall.
How did they not find that?
Well, the funny thing is, this wasn't even found until 2013. 6 years after the game came out, and that wasn't found.
How did nobody find that?
Well, ever since this, I've always tried to do this in any game. First thing I do is just spam aim up against the wall, because you never know when there's a game that'll have it.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Yeah. So this is in every version. It was never patched then.
Yeah, this is. I'm recording this now on the PS3 version. I mean, on the PS4 version, sorry. It's a lot easier to do on the PS3 because it's less FPS, and the less FPS, the easier it is to clip. So you can do less aim mashes to get through the wall. Yeah, this was actually found by a guy called Silence Erupts. So, back in the day.
How
So
does
this
that-
is
How does that work? Like, let's say I clip halfway into the wall. Does it then push me back out, or do I just get stuck in there?
no, this game has one-way collision. So if you get out of bounds, you can just jump back in bounds.
Huh.
Yeah, that's what makes this game really good compared to Uncharted 2 and 3. Because if Uncharted 2, when you get out of bounds, you can't get back in. But in Uncharted 1, there's no collision from out of bounds, so you can just jump back through the wall.
Yeah,
So,
every speed run I've ever done always has two-way collision and it ruins it.
Yeah. This game would probably still be pretty broken, but nowhere near as much as it is with the one-way collision.
Speaking of broken,
It makes the game
what
a
am I
lot
looking at?
faster paced.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is the ledge warp. So this was the trick that was found on PS4 after the PS3 version. So if you grab a ledge and unload an area where the ledge is, the ledge doesn't exist anymore, and it just warps you to a random location. And this isn't useful. There's one section where you can use it, but it's not faster. It's such a shame that this isn't useful, because there's no way we could figure out to explain where it puts you and why. But since it unloads the ledge, it just sends you to another ledge or something like that. I don't understand it fully, but it just takes you to random places. I just sat here for a minute because it took me so high in this video.
So is it different every time?
We always speculated it could be something to do with the way you push the analog stick to make you go in a certain direction. But a lot of the time when you try to do this, the game will just crash. And that was a big flaw to testing it, because every time you would do it, the game would crash. So this is probably the most broken thing, is the Uncharted 1 airwalk. I know you saw the Uncharted 2 one, but this one's a little bit different, but it can't be used in any percent. Well, I mean, it can, but it's extremely hard. So what you do is, if you put on slow motion and mash aim as fast as you can, it basically soft locks Nate, and you can just airwalk through walls. And this allows you to skip pretty much the entire game. The new Game Plus category for this, which uses this airwalk, is 22 minutes. And any percent is 40 minutes. So this saves an extra 18 minutes using this glitch. You can skip from chapter 4 to chapter 12 in one airwalk, but the airwalk itself takes 7 minutes, so it's not that fun to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah, it really surprising to me how that works exactly the same way the one in Red Dead Redemption works. It's like in Red Dead Redemption you just kind of soft lock your character and you just keep going. So I'm really surprised there's another game that has the exact same glitch in it. It's interesting.
What do you mean that airwalk? Do you go through walls with it?
You can't go through walls. You still have collision, but you just fly basically.
Right. So Uncharted 3. This is the cover launch.
What the? Okay, hang on, slow down. All right, slow motion. Okay.
So this was probably because I started speedrunning and glitch hunting at about the end of 2015. That's when this came out. This is the first game I started to glitch, and this was the first big glitch I found, and that was the cover launch in Uncharted 3. So I did this by accident, and I spent so long to try and figure it out. So what it is since the FPS is 60, it doubles how far you go. That's why I don't think it was ever found on PS3. But what you do, I don't know why this works, no clue. But if you take cover, aim, then press circle, let go. No, wait, hold on. Yeah, press circle, then let go of L1. Let go of aim and then circle. It'll just send you flying for no reason whatsoever. Nobody knows why it works, but it works and it's really easy. And obviously this allows for a few skips in the run.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Okay.
Does it just work on every spot where you can take cover?
Yeah, anywhere.
Just anywhere, whenever you want. Because I thought you were like...
It's actually optimized movement for this game would be to take cover every 5 seconds, just launch down the fucking path and just then do it again and again. But you can turn when you're doing this, so it's very easy to like hit a wall. So yeah, this is the biggest skip in Uncharted 3. This saves about 16 minutes. So it's the monastery skip. This skips all of Chapter 9 and most of Chapter 8, and you do a cover launch to get over here. And when you cover launch, you can't take fall damage for a certain period of time. What you do is you launch to where the end of the area is, basically, and then just... You don't have to do what I'm doing now. This is the only video I had of the skip. You could just jump off the roof I was on, but I went through here. But basically what you do is you just go into the cutscene that's at the end of Chapter 9, basically, and it skips like 16 minutes. This was the first skip that was found as well with the new trick. Since it takes you quite a while to get to the next area, it gives you a huge load screen. Not that long, but like 10, 15 seconds, and then it puts you later. As you can see, it's all daytime now. And now we're exiting. We basically just entered the monastery, and now we're leaving already so soon.
All right, let me watch that.
There's another way to do that skip, which will I don't know if that's the next video, but it will come up soon enough.
So you just cover launch off of that, and then you skip 15 minutes. Jesus, 16. Sorry, damn. All right. Okay. The next video is Uncharted 3.
Oh, so this is the same skip, but done. This is like segmented. So you can do the same thing, kind of like you can on Uncharted 2, where you can get on a propane tank, but without without no gravity, it sends you flying, and it's completely random where you end up landing.
Okay.
Oh, there's a lot of examples of this in this video.
Oh, was there? Oh, sorry. Okay.
It's like a compilation, yeah.
All right, I'll just play it through then.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So you basically jump on the propane tank at the right time, and it'll send you flying. And you can use this to get from the start of Chapter 8. Where I did the launch from was about 5 minutes into Chapter 8. This is at the very start. So doing it from here would save an extra 5 minutes. And then you just find any way means necessary to get yourself high enough and then get over to that cutscene. So right there, he landed in a certain spot where he could cover launch from to get there. This one, he ends up on top of the area where we cover launch from just. And he just does the same thing to get over there again. I think he takes a while. Like, he takes cover here a few times. Oh, no, yeah. And then he gets there. And like I said, this video doesn't show hitting the cutscene, but where he ends up is the same area, right here, and then the cutscene is right in that gap.
Flipping hell. Okay, so this is completely RNG then, because the physics.
It's completely random. Where getting on the propane tank isn't hard. It's just where it sends you is the hard part. And obviously, if it sends you flying, you have to restart and do it again, and that takes a lot of time. This would only save an extra 4 minutes if you could pull it off. And I say only for how hard this trick is to do.
Whoa, yeah, okay, that's one that kills you.
Oh no, he doesn't die from that.
Oh, okay, he's still going.
When you do these launches or whatever, most of the time you're going at so much momentum. The way the game determines fall damage is by how long you fall.
Exactly like Red Dead Redemption. What the hell? Okay, keep going.
Since you're going so fast, you hit the ground before you would die. That's why when you cover launch, you don't die most of the time unless you go too far. When Nate starts screaming, "Ah!" then you'll die when you hit the ground. Also, this game also has an airwalk, and I trolled so many people so hard with this on my YouTube because they thought it was like the biggest discovery in this game. But all you do is if you blind fire, you can store that triangle prompt so it doesn't activate. And right here I get stuck because I'm a noob and I didn't go through the doorway for some reason. But you can use it so when you let go of blind fire, Nate is basically programmed to go back to where the triangle prompt was, so he just airwalks. And I made a video of this, and so many people thought it was like the best thing ever. And I made it seem like the most insane video, but it's just useless. Yeah.
Okay.
That's why it's called useless airwalk. I'm not sure if that's all the videos.
Yeah, this is the propane tank into hotel again. Let's just watch this one again.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, that last one is actually like Red Dead Redemption. There's a way you can glitch back to where you came from, but it's useless because you've already been there, so why would you want to go back?
You can actually do that in The Last of Us by melee, like swinging a melee weapon to get away from the prompt, but that's useless too.
Great. Yeah, that's really cool. All right, awesome. So
look how fast he spins there. He just goes so fast.
So ridiculous. And then he just eventually lands in the right spot. Damn. All right then.
Also, this is the area that that 5 to 7 airwalk would skip. So this hotel is in chapter 6, and then there's a little part after that you do.
Cool. Okay, well, that was all the videos you prepared. If I just leave your PB running in the background again. But yeah, have you got anything else to talk about? Or...
well, I mean, I'd like to mention that with Uncharted, it was a community effort. There was a lot of people that I met through doing Uncharted. It was the first game that I started to glitch. Hey French, I met through Uncharted, and Warren, which is Hutchty. And it was a community effort to get all these skips to work. There's a lot of stuff. Most of the stuff is found by me, but there's quite a lot of stuff found by Hey French and the Thrillness, aka Thrill UK, and a lot of other people. It more so starts with just finding the big glitches that are used, which I found most of them, and then other people found the other skips to do with them. But yeah, so as you can see, wait, this isn't my PB.
Isn't this Uncharted 2?
This is my old run.
Oh,
old
okay.
run.
Let me try
This is actually streamed on PS4's Twitch streamer back when I could use my capture card.
Do you want me to play this or find the new one?
I mean, you could play this one, but it's terrible. Doesn't really matter.
Okay, I'll just let it play. You're a skeleton. It's cool. I want to play it.
Oh yeah, in this one I changed the skin at the start, which does lose time, but you know, it's all in good fun.
Yeah.
So this is actually the run back when you used to do the old hotel skip, which I mean, I could get a video of that and send it to you to show, because it is pretty cool, and it was the hardest skip before 5 to 7 airwalk was found, which the hotel skip is in between that. I was going to show it, but I just thought I may have linked too many videos, but now that I thought about it, I probably should have gave you more.
That's alright. Yeah, is there anything else about this run, I guess? Like, do you know about the history of these runs or anything? Or
well, the thing is, I only came about with the PS4 version, but I know way before that there was the PS3 versions, and most of them are the same, apart from Uncharted 3 and Uncharted 2, because Uncharted 2 has the grenade. Let me find a video actually of this grenade airwalk so I can show you what it is, so you actually know what I'm talking about. I might as well just get a run up and give you a talk. Hang on, let me see if I can find it.
I think we're watching that train thing again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, that's really cool. I had no idea like such a new game would be that broken. I guess it is pretty
Yeah,
linear.
Yeah, it's really linear game.
Yeah.
Okay, this has got the airwalking. So this is Oven Donkey's video. This guy actually works for Naughty Dog now. They hired him as QA.
Yeah.
Let me. I'll just.
Link it in
Where's the-
Twitch
there's
chat
the
or
chat.
Discord. I don't mind.
I'll link it in Discord.
Okay.
So this is the way you would airwalk on PS3. It's a bit different. Oh, I forgot about Vine launch. Oh no. Okay, hold on. I'll find the video. Wait. Completely forgot about Vine launch. Hold on.
All right. Well, in this video, it looks like you're airwalking with a grenade again.
Yeah, but this time you're mashing D-pad up to. What happens is when you press it, it puts an invisible platform under you, so you can keep walking. It doesn't make you fall, and you can control your camera so you can actually turn using this. But the problem is you gradually lose height. So as you keep doing it, you'll keep going down and down and down and down. And this is the way the 5 to 7 airwalk. This is where you used to do it from on PS3. So you do it from the top of the hotel, and you'd airwalk down into Chapter 7. But obviously, this is a lot slower than the way that video showed. And it's funny because PS4 is actually faster than PS3 by like 14 minutes, I think, which is insane considering PS3 has more glitches to use than PS4.
Why is it faster? Just load times and stuff?
I think this airwalk you can't do because the game crashes on PS3 the way it's done on PS4, I think.
Okay.
And just overall the PS3 version not being as optimized.
Did you link another video? Or...
I'm trying to find it. I have
Alright. It's fine, don't worry.
I should have been prepared with this one. There's Sky launches as well, but it's just there's a lot of glitches that I didn't want to give you too many videos. You'd be like, whoa. So let me try and find it. I think it's on someone else's channel. I know I don't have it on mine. I want to show you the PS4 one. Because it's a lot more insane when it fails, but I guess I'll just show you it working on PS3. Oh, hold on, maybe this one.
This game is so broken.
Yeah.
These games.
Yeah, I had no idea this sort of thing would be this broken. I really thought it would be like, you know, just a linear hold forwards and jump kind of thing, shoot people sometimes.
Well, I mean, technically it is when you're just airwalking most of the time.
Well, I mean, it's a bit different. Oh,
right,
man.
this should have it. Let me see. Because I want to show you on the PS4 version. I don't actually want to show you the skip with it. Watching it fail is probably 10 times better. I'll link it to you on Discord. There.
Okay. Right, got it. Okay. So what's happening?
These vines are pretty broken. And if you jump on them and then jump away on like the same frame, you'll just go flying into the air. And on PS4, you can use it to hit a cutscene. There's a cutscene at the top of the castle there, which you can use to then skip a little bit here. It saves minuscule time on PS4, maybe 10 seconds, and it's insanely hard. But on PS3, you can actually use it to, because obviously since it's 30 FPS, you don't go as high. So you drop down back into the area on top, and it skips the cutscene too. So that saves like another 20 seconds on top of it.
Jesus.
Oh,
That's ridiculous. So many like completely broken physics things. Like what the hell?
There's a lot of broken. Like, I mean, I had a video for some stuff on Uncharted 4. Do you know what? I'm gonna get it. Hold on. So, in Uncharted 4, you'd think they'd learn their lesson. You'd think to yourself, all these guys have been airwalking everywhere. They've been walking through walls. You know, we've got a guy who found a lot of this stuff on PS3 on our QA. You think we'd be able to fix all this, but nope. So, this is a skip on Uncharted 4, small one, but it shows the airwalk. Now, I'll let you watch it before I explain it. But yeah, so there you go.
Right.
All right.
Okay, so let's watch this with no explanation. Okay. Right, so you grappled onto the thing but kept walking. Oh,
Okay.
I see.
So
Okay.
this glitch isn't very useful. Apart from here, this is the only skip done with it, and I'm pretty sure this is slower. But what happens is, if you have a ledge, if you go back to the start of the video, you'll see that I roll into a ledge. If you manage to press journal, which is obviously I say the journal is very broken in all these games. If you manage to press journal, grab the rope and then climb up the ledge at the same time, the game doesn't know what to do and it just soft locks you to airwalk in one direction. And that's why it's not useful, because every single rope that you do it on sends you the same direction every time, and most of the time it's to ass fucking nowhere in the wrong direction. So, yeah. But this is the thing, they hadn't learned their lesson. This is as broken as it is in Uncharted 1, because you can walk the walls with this one too.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So is there
And, like-
anything else in Uncharted 4, or is that it?
There's the cover clipping. Like I say, you'd think they'd learned their lesson, said this a bunch of times, but they still didn't. And in every single Uncharted, you can clip through walls using the cover system. And you can do the exact same thing in Uncharted 4. Let me find this video.
Okay.
Oh,
We'll make that the last video.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we can move on to questions, I guess. I think we'll be here for hours if we watch all of these.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of stuff to show.
Yeah.
comparisons being made between Uncharted and Tomb Raider, and turns out both are broken in almost the same way.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Wait, I can't. Huh? Did he delete the video?
Oh,
Oh.
Hang on. I'll have to use the skip. If I have a video. I was going to use a video of a tutorial that basically just shows the glitch being done at first, but I can't find it. Oh, wait. Yeah, I can't find it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's alright.
Oh, I found it! I found it. Hold on. Okay. I thought it would be higher up on the list, but it's not. Uncharted 4 must have came out weird time. Discord. Okay. I mean, it's not that great, but this is the thing used for one of the skips. I don't. And then there's another thing, but yeah. So you can basically swing and aim to make it so the game thinks you're leaning around the cover out of bounds, and you can turn your camera to make him go out of bounds. This is a video that kind of just shows the glitch, and there's the control thing. So what you do is, like, you can switch between left and right, and if you hold left and then aim, it does this.
good.
Great.
Yeah, but the problem with Uncharted 4, and it's the reason I didn't want to mention it, is because Naughty Dog are twats and made it so you can't skip anything. Half the checkpoints aren't there. They really stinged out on it. There's one skip that saves 5 minutes. That's it. So in a and the run is 3 hours and 35 minutes. World record. That's in game time. This game has 40 minutes of load screen. So when you're playing this piece of shit, you're playing it for over 4 hours.
Great.
Uncharted 4 sucks for speedrunners. It's horrible. That's why I didn't want to mention it. But there's a few cool things that you can do. So
Yeah, fair enough. I guess they just like wisened up and removed all the checkpoints that aren't supposed to be reached yet.
it's over Donkey's fault. I'm telling you, it became QA and then they fixed the games.
That's what we said. It's just, remove the early checkpoints. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's awesome. Thanks a lot for showing us all these videos of these crazy glitches. I'm showing you one of them from one of your old PVs right now. Just this train.
See, the thing is with Uncharted is I'm not much known for running the games as I am for finding the stuff used in the runs. So I wanted to talk more about the glitches and that stuff than the actual speed run. The main speedrunner of this game, who holds most of the world records, is a guy named Erims. He's inhuman. He's absolutely insane. Like my PB for Uncharted 2 is 143. He has 130 flat.
Jeez. Awesome.
So-
All right. Well, I guess we'll move on to questions.
Yes.
Have you got any questions? Because I have one.
Not particularly about Uncharted.
No, me neither. But I do have some questions.
Well, I guess first we have to ask the generic question that does have to do with Uncharted. Is if new people want to pick up this game for speedrunning, what kind of resources are there to help them learn and master all these tricks?
Mostly you'd be probably better off asking either me or Hey French to show you some of the game. I've taught this speedrun to like 3 people. Anthony Caliber's one of them. Yeah, like on the speedrun.com there's a few videos. There's no tutorial yet, but I am in the works of going to make one for this game, so yeah.
Alright. Yeah, that does seem useful because it seems like it has a lot of tricks to it. So having everything like in one place where you can just easily find it will probably help for new runs.
Yeah. As Hey French says, community is the best resource right now. Yeah. Relevant. All right. Okay, I have a question. Where did you get your name, and why are there so many 1s and 0s at the end?
The amount of times I get this question. So what happened was I had a Twitch account. Don't remember what it was called. And I made a new one just to comment in someone's stream. So I just whacked some random numbers at the end, called it MattMatt, and then it just sticked. I just kept using that and then went from there. There's no particular reason to the numbers.
You mean you were trying to ban evade in someone's chat? Yeah.
Sure.
So it's not binary. It doesn't stand for anything, I guess.
Well, no, people call me MattMatt23 in binary.
Yeah.
As a meme. Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say.
There's actually someone in another community who's called Oats23, but his name is Matt. So people make the joke because his name is Matt23 and mine's MattMatt10111. It's like, yeah, that's fun.
All right. Have you got any other questions, S?
I've taken a peek at your speedrun.com profile, MattMatt.
Oh, here we go.
And what I noticed is there are a buttload of games on there that you've run.
Too many.
How? How do you manage to run so many games? And it looks like you've gotten an okay time in a lot of them as well.
Just don't mention the GTA San Andreas run. It's irrelevant.
I'll mention that later, but first I want to know your secret. First I want to know your secret as to how you were able to run this many games and just do that.
Well, I mean, a lot of free time, no life, but also a lot of the runs that I have, the times aren't like amazing. A few of them have a few good times, but it's just overall, I'd pick up a game, I'd run it for a little while, and then I'd move on to another one. I'm kind of known for running a lot of games, but like games like this and The Last of Us, I've been running for years. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I guess then the rest is just a side project you do for maybe a month or two, and then you move on.
Yeah, like at the bottom of my list, there's a game called Dead to Rights on the Game Boy Advance. Back when I first started, I did one run of that. And that run's been there for like 2 years, so.
Right, yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So is there anything in particular that you look for in when picking like one of these speed games, or is it just whichever game I like?
Most of the time, I don't like the game to be too complicated to the point where I'm just pulling my hair out trying to figure out what to do. So I kind of tend to do is I kind of tend to pick up new games, glitch them, route them, and then run them. Like Constantine, for example, which I ran at Shots Fired, is one of those runs. And yeah, just mostly just picking up new games and doing those. There's a few that I've learned over the time, but most of them are just new games.
All right. I've seen there's one game in your list that particularly intrigues me. It is called Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, no.
Tell us about your run for that game.
It was a really good run. It was obviously world record, as you can tell. It was, no. So one day, I thought to myself, hey, let's just do a full blind run of San Andreas for no reason whatsoever.
Well, was it blind? Or did you?
Well, I mean, I knew I'd played the game before.
Okay. So
it was
it's like
blind
half-
for the speedrun strats, kind of. So I didn't know all the strats. I knew some little things, but not much. And let's just say it was a shit show. I was exhausted at like 6 hours, and then it took me an hour to do Home in the Hills because I kept dying. And I actually got to the point where I turned off my mic and I just sat there for like 10 minutes, just contemplating whether to finish. But I pulled through and I finished that run. It was actually really fun to do.
Damn. Did you happen to drive a car to the mansion every time or something?
What do you mean?
So when you skied in Home in the Hills, when you skydive down, you land near a road. Did you run to the mansion or did you steal a car?
Okay, well, here's a funny story. So for the first few attempts, I took the car. Then I looked at Lel Reset's run to see what he did, and then I started running to it because I realized it was faster.
It's not faster, actually.
Oh,
what it is, there's a glitch in that game where if you get in a car, all the AIs become super deadly and kill you a lot.
Oh, well, that might have been why then.
That's why I was saying you stuck on it for ages. I got stuck there for half an hour before we knew that because I kept taking a car and kept dying. So I was wondering if that's what happened to you.
I mean, it makes sense now.
Yeah.
I walked into the first area. I didn't even chance to take it slow and kill the guys. I just got demolished, and I was wondering why. I thought it was just me sucking.
No, it's fine. Just blame it on the glitch.
But then again, this is what I did to beat the mission. I went to Torino's ranch to get the minigun, but it's not there. So then I thought to myself, hey, I'll just get Hitman on the M4 and just use the slide glitch to get through because I kept dying every other time. And then when I could do the slide glitch and shoot with the M4, I managed to get through it. So
Nice.
Fair enough.
it was a big achievement for me.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, the minigun isn't there until later. You need to do
And then I
missions.
ended a line one try, of course. You know.
Yeah. Well, did you drive a car there? That's the thing.
Well, the boat was sweet, so.
Yeah, I mean it unloads, but yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, chat Q&A has started. Do you have any other questions, S? Final questions?
So that you also run a game that we've had on the show before, or ran, I should say. When's more Dead Space 3?
Soon. I actually plan to improve the time. There's a lot of time to save in that game, but there's a trick which was mentioned called drill skip, which doesn't save much time, but it's really hard, and it requires the highest FPS. And
Right.
it killed like 3 runs because it wouldn't work for me anymore. I had no idea why, but when I figure that out, I'll go back to that. I will. For sure.
All right.
Fair enough. There you go. All right.
And you're going to take Last of Us back, right?
That's the plan. It's the only thing I've got to do. So
We'll see that in 2 weeks on the show then.
Yeah.
Because,
hopefully,
Everyone who's come on the
probably
show,
next week, because I'll get it back right after I've done this podcast.
Next week.
that's
Okay.
fine too. You have 2 weeks, otherwise the magic of the show runs out. Like everyone who's been on a show, they get world record within 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there you go. You'll do that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I guess we'll move on to chat Q&A. We have a few questions. If you have any questions, type them with a question mark at the end of it in chat, and we'll read it out if it's not too terrible. Okay, first question, Trollbear. Josh, are you going to try new stuff in Red Dead Redemption now that you've seen how broken this game is and how similar the brokenness is? No. Next question. No, I mean, I might look into it a bit.
Do you want me to pick up Red Dead and see if I can get some stuff for you?
I mean, you can. I would like someone else to run it at some point. There was someone who said they were going to do 100% and then never followed through. Was it?
Matt Harley. That's my friend, yeah. His name was different. I think it was Matthew Doan or something like that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought it was you because it was Matt. But
No. I mean, I've never even finished Red Dead Redemption casually. But, yeah, he was going to do... I was actually looking forward to that, but I think he just kind of drifted away from it, and I don't think he's going to do it anymore. But I'm not sure if he is or not.
Yeah, it's a pretty big undertaking. He was planning to do 100%, and I haven't even rooted that, and that would probably.
He said he did a base run at one point, and it took him like 17 hours.
Right. Jeez. Okay.
Yeah. But he didn't have a capture card at the time, so he couldn't record it.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I would love people to come do Red Dead Redemption. Sorry. Yes. Go on. Next question.
Yes, do that. Okay. Next question. How many times did you think that a skip would not be possible until you realized that you could pause until the next map has loaded?
I guess that's aimed at me.
Yeah.
Most of the time with Uncharted, it's with Naughty Dog games, it's usually an instinct to just pause and wait to see if anything loads. So not many times, but there has been a few times where maybe we haven't waited long enough because the game takes really long to load or something like that.
Does it show like a loading icon on the screen?
Most of the time you can see that like the skybox change or the areas around you will disappear when it's loading an area. And the problem with other games compared to Uncharted 2 is most of the time in Uncharted 2 your companion won't die. And a lot in other games, when you load in an area, the companion that was with you will just die because the area they're in unloads, and they'll just fall and die. So that kind of hinders it in that regard. But most of the time, like if you don't want the AI to die, you need to pause instantly, and they won't die. So that's why sometimes you'd have to know when to pause, other than just watching the scenery change and then pause.
All right.
Okay. Go on.
Hey French asks, when is Facecam?
When you give me money to buy one.
Whee!
Oh!
All right.
Now that I've said that, he probably will, and I'll have to put one on. Shit.
All right. Catalyst asked future plans, but we kind of went over that, didn't we?
Yeah.
Matt, what country and you from?
I am from Birmingham in the UK.
Ooh, that's not in Antarctica.
Oh yeah, no, so, yeah, I'm from Antarctica. Sorry. No.
All right, and then Catalyst asks, how do you approach routing a new game apart from spamming aim?
Most of the time, it's just you pick up the game and you get somewhat of a feel for what you can do. You try everything to see what mechanics there are and stuff like that, and then you just try to do things with them, combine other mechanics to do different things, pause menu stuff to glitch games like in the Saboteur. Just trying to get out of bounds. Like the main goal I try to do whenever I approach a new game is to get out of bounds once, and just to see what there is, to see if it could have the potential to be skipped or not. Like, have you heard of the game Until Dawn?
Heard of it, but I don't know what it's like.
Well, it's like Heavy Rain. You know, you just walk around. It's a movie game. You're basically just watching cutscenes, selecting choices, and walking. That's it. But you can use the stairs to actually clip out of bounds anywhere, any stairs. But they made it so that if you skip even one story element, the game just doesn't want to continue. At the start of the game, there's a totem you have to pick up, totems are optional, by the way. But if you skip picking up this totem, the next part won't trigger.
Wow.
So, yeah,
Right.
it's unlucky.
Okay. Hutch T asks, your favourite speed game that's not The Last of Us?
Dead Space 3.
Whoa, there you go then. Go on.
When is Time Attack Roulette 2?
Oh, God.
What is it?
Who said that? Who asked that?
Isonas.
Oh, yeah. So, me and Cadlist in the chat there made a marathon a while back, and the concept was to basically, it was like a spin on 12-hour challenge, but in a marathon. So you would have a week to learn the game, and then you'd run it at the marathon. Obviously, we didn't get that many submissions because of the concept, but there was 10 people that were supposed to do runs, and by 2 days before the marathon, everyone had dropped out because they couldn't be bothered to learn their games. So a day before, we had to compile loads of people together to just do runs of their games to save the marathon, and it actually ended up being up a 17-hour marathon. It was actually pretty cool. So But yeah, we're thinking of doing another one and just keeping it a normal marathon this time. But we don't know yet. Maybe in a few months or something.
Cool.
All right.
Interesting story.
It was called Time Attack Roulette, but because the roulette changed, it was basically you draw 3 games, and you'd pick a random game from a draw that you would have to run. And I think that concept was not fair in terms of if someone had pulled a game they didn't want to run, obviously that made it a lot harder. So when it came around to it not working, everyone dropped out. We just changed it to Time Attack Marathon.
Fair enough. Oh, that's me saying PS3 with a question mark. That was confusing.
Yes, just answer the question.
The PS3, no. Okay. Prankster Gangster, whose name I've never read before. No, I don't want to go out somewhere with you. Who the hell are you? You gotta get to know me a little bit. Come on, you can't just jump straight to second base. Come on.
Don't go with strangers, man.
Yeah. Alright, Catalyst asks, what is the one single run you are most proud of? Question for all 3 of us. Wow, okay.
We'll go from left to right.
Oh god, I can't think of anything. Let me look at my profile.
Yeah,
Let me bring up my profile too.
Okay, give us all a minute.
Right.
I mean,
run mind is my Octodad run. Or maybe, yeah, I'd say Octodad, or maybe, shut up phone, maybe maybe my GTA 5 City 100% run, which is now very outdated, but
I could do that as well. I could just go maybe and then list all my games.
no, I'm taking this serious. Like, maybe that 5 City run, even though it's outdated, it was fairly good at the time. Not perfect, but fairly good. Or
yeah, I have a few.
Octodad. I'm gonna go with Octodad.
Okay. Do you want to go, Matt, or should I go?
I have no idea.
Okay,
I'll
well,
let you go.
I have a few. There was Battle of Tony 100%. I was pretty happy with that, if I remember right. I'm gonna click it. Oh, that's the wrong button. I'm gonna click it, and my notes are gonna be terrible run, have minutes to save. No, it was just cool run. See, there you go. I knew it. There you go. So yeah, Gay Tony 100% was good. What else was there that was good at the time? Vice City Stories. There was one run that had every skip in it, and it was going to be world record, and then the game crashed at the end. So that would have been a really good run if it wasn't for that. Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare. Yeah, okay, only some mistakes. Yeah, okay, so that wasn't perfect, I guess. Well, this is a really hard and interesting question, and there isn't really any run I'm actually proud of, I would say. Not Red Dead Original. I don't know. There isn't really anything. I mean, I do have the world record for San Andreas cutscene percent. That actually, legit answer. This run is one of the longest speed runs I've ever done. It was in a marathon, and I was really ill. And I threw up 2 times during this run, but god damn did I fucking finish it. Right? That run, that's my proudest run. Finishing this terrible speed run.
It's still faster than my run.
Huh?
My run didn't watch the cutscene.
But yeah, cutscene percent. I even skipped a couple cutscenes on accident, but don't worry about that. It was fine, and yeah, that was a terrible run, but I was proud of myself at finishing it. I can't do long runs. I can't stay awake, and I'm a terrible person when I'm sick. But damn, did I finish that run and save it? What else? I think that's it. There isn't. You're making me sad because now I think about it, there isn't any run I was ever happy with. I was never a very good speedrunner, and now I wanna do a good run of something. So I guess the real answer is, yeah, you got like that cutscene percent for sticking with it, and Gay Tony 100% because that was kind of okay, I guess. Your turn, Matt. Come on, you can do something.
I can't pick one, so I'm gonna choose two. One for being a run that I'm good at, but one that I put a lot of time into on my own to bring the run out. The run that I'm most proud of doing would probably be Resident Evil Dead Aim, because it's one of those runs which is a lot of movement, a lot of precise movement, and you have to get it right. Now, in my PB, it's not a good run, like Line Perfect by all means, but it's a run that I think I'm probably really good at doing. So, and then the run that I'm most proud of in terms of what I've done with the run would probably be Blade 2. And a lot of people are going to laugh, but that game was me alone finding everything in the game, all the skips and all that. So it's a very obscure game. Nobody knows about it. It's the run segmented because it's hard, but that's probably the one I'm most proud of.
I'm just looking back. Maybe my All Snapshots run that used to be a world record at the time. That one was okay, if I remember right. Sorry, I'm still thinking about this question. I'm like, there must be one run I was happy with, right? Somewhere. I'll find one.
Let me check my level runs as well.
Oh, I ain't counting level runs. But yeah, okay, that was a really good question. Thanks for that. So every week we get like one interesting question.
Yep.
Okay. What else is there?
A bunch more questions. I just had to take them in.
Okay.
Here's a quick question. Matt, do you have any tips for Josh how to break games faster?
Spam
more
aim.
Walls.
Yeah.
Spam aim.
Spam aim.
And spam aim. All right, Josh. Next question. Question marks. No question marks. There's certainly one question. Let me check. Oh, what speedrun are you 100% done with and will never touch again, and why? And that one is directed to you, Matt.
I'm gonna look at my profile again. I mean, it's hard to say, but one that I probably put a decent amount of time into that I have no interest to touch again at all would probably be Prince of Persia Warrior Within. And that gives me a little bit of sadness to say, but the game is just brutal and I don't want to play it anymore. It's basically 9 minutes of normal gameplay, 7 minutes of glitches, and a final boss that's complete RNG half the time. It's not fun.
Nice.
So
Fair enough. I wouldn't want to do that either. Alright. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way with Vice City Stories after it like crushed my soul that one time. But yeah, we're done. That was chat Q&A, I guess. That was all the questions we got. So yeah, thanks for those. And I guess this brings us to the end. So we'll end with, while we're finding a raid target, what are we all doing next week? So
that is bright.
So Matt, what are your plans for the immediate next week?
Get my Last of Us record back. That'd be a start. But if I decide to give up on that, I'll probably start working on Dead Space 3 again.
Okay.
I did kind of want to maybe do the Saboteur, but I just it's an open world game. You can kind of see where I'm going with this. There's a lot of stuff that can go wrong. That's not your fault, so.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think just get your record back would probably.
Yeah,
there you go. If you want to watch a desperate battle to reclaim a world record, you can go watch MattMatt10111.
It's not desperate. It's free.
I'm trying to create tension. I'm trying to create tension. All right, S. What are you doing next week, and why is it watching GDQ?
I'm going to do another San Andreas 100% run, but that only takes 1 out of 7 days. So the other 6 days, I might just watch SDDQ.
Okay, good. And what am I doing? I am not really doing anything. I'm watching SGDQ, but now I got that one question, and now I'm really sad that there aren't any runs I can say I'm proud of. So now I'm really mad at myself, and I'm really going to furiously run something. But we'll see. we'll see. It's right before ESA, so I might not bother.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's what we're up to next week. Obviously, GDQ's happening, so if you weren't watching that already, you should be. But I don't think they need our 68 viewers, so we should plug them too hard. I have a raid target. Do you, S or?
I do. Does Matt have one?
Hold on, let me see.
Okay.
Do we have a raid message?
No.
I don't see anyone who's online.
Okay.
Do you
Mine.
have a raid message, Matt?
You got a raid message.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drake in all capital letters.
What?
Can you
I'll
type
type it to you,
that
wait.
into chat, please? I have the raid target. It's okay.
It's a funny line from Uncharted 2.
Wait,
Oh,
where
what?
did you put that?
Oh, Discord.
Yeah, why would no in Twitch chat so we can
Oh,
so people can copy paste it.
I've
Alright.
got the chat open on my computer.
There we go. It's right. French got it. Hey, French got it. It's all good. But yeah, I guess that's it. We have YouTube and Discord. We got a world record submission form, so if you see any records next week, let us know about it. We actually have a good lineup of guests coming up, so we don't have to ask for guests.
Do contact us though if you want to be a guest, because 3 weeks are over in no time.
Yeah, probably.
So if
yeah.
you want to be a guest in August or September, then do let us know.
Yeah, that'll be a good time to be a guest as well, because changes. Woo, foreshadowing. Okay. Alright, so yeah, thanks a lot for watching. I kind of scuffed the ending a bit. We're going to raid, is it Mr. Post you're going to raid us?
Yes.
Excellent, I knew we were going to do the same thing. So go raid Mr. Post and raid with Drake in all caps. Hopefully he doesn't have a bot that bans you. And yeah, and we'll see you in a week's time. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Peace.
Outro, you idiot. There you go.
Hey, correct scene.